Welcome to Good Mythical More. Can we take logos from fast food restaurants and arrange them chronologically?
I bet we can. But first, let's give some love to Mac.
All right.
Because Mac repped that merch out in the wild. We found you because you used the hashtag Merchicality. And because of that, we're going to give you $100 to spend at the Mythical store.
Got the Mythical comb, too. That's cool. Mythical comb. You stroke the comb and it plays the theme song.
Plays the theme song. I often forget that.
We were really excited about
as
that.
I'm combing my hair.
And I'm still excited about it.
Now,
bring this in, Caitlin.
We've been alive for a long time. Longer than most of the people who watch this here show. So I feel like we've got a distinct advantage, Link.
Yes, Lord, we do. Let's start with some Carl's Jr. We got one up here.
Did y'all put that one up there as like, oh, this is definitely the oldest one, or is it just one that's up there?
Just one they put up there.
We were just trying to show you how to put magnets on a magnet.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. We've been alive for a long time,
Okay.
so we should.
And then I'm going to put these in no particular order. So this one, it's not a logo per se. It's almost just like a sign.
It's a collection of things.
And then they took that collection and they kind of lined it up.
They created a lockup.
At some point. And then at some point...
That's just the star on the sign, on top of the sign.
So they made the sign the logo.
Now I will say, I mean, you have less experience with Carl's Jr. Because you need to imagine them all as Hardee's.
Hardee's did not have a star at all.
They didn't use the star.
It was just the word Hardee's in the 80s.
People
90s.
east of the Mississippi don't like stars.
Yeah, that's right.
What is it? How does that end up happening? How does it end up happening that they're just like, you know what, Hardee's is not going to get the star. Carl's Jr. is going to get the star. I remember the first time I came out here, I was like, I think it's Hardee's, but there's a star. I'm very confused.
Well, I don't know if they were always the same thing.
You think they merged?
They weren't. They were two totally separate things.
And then, okay.
Then
Which one got influenced more by the other? Who won out?
Which one got
Carl
influenced more? Like what? Who?
I think that Hardee's
Did
now
Hardee's
has a
become
star.
like Carl's Jr. or did Carl's Jr. become more like Hardee's?
Let me dig deeper. But Carl's Jr. was because the guy who founded it in 1941 had a hot dog stand and his name was Carl. So Carl's Jr. was his second business.
Okay.
With the hamburgers.
Wow.
I think
he had a child that was a restaurant.
I'm going to lock into this.
I should have looked into
Do you
that.
think this one was before that one?
Well,
Maybe.
we know that yeah. I mean, is this throwing us off because it's black and white?
Ho, 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 ho. 20 years earlier, Carl's Jr. was in there. Hardee's has nothing on Carl's Jr.
Hey,
This is devastating.
you're from Greensboro. Don't talk like that.
That's what I said.
Yep.
This is devastating.
Yeah, right. You're taking it personally as well.
So
Yeah.
we're locked in on this. Is the black and white
Sorry, I was
second?
busy Googling. Wow, you're right.
Yes.
I missed
Okay.
your reasoning because I would have thought that the black and white would have been
Yeah,
before.
but if you're as close to this as we are, you see that. I mean, look at this perspective on that. They didn't understand back when they started this. They didn't know that you could turn the star sideways. and
There's
see
no
the side
3D
of it.
And the
renderings.
shading.
They didn't know about that.
Yeah.
That was something they discovered
yeah.
recently.
It was 1956, 1975, and 1987. It's a good year, 1987.
That was a very 80s font, and it's come and gone a few times since then.
Let's move on to Duncan.
Okay.
Now this is going to be difficult. Again, in no particular order. That's why I'm gonna put them sideways a little.
Oh, a
bit.
little askew.
A little askew.
He's askewed it.
I skewed it because that means we're not locked in.
Hold on. Whoa.
This is tough.
Well, if you isolate these two,
they both have coffee.
I think you got to go DD is after Dunkin' Donuts written on there, right?
So you think the first thing was?
I don't know that. I'm saying this is totally separate.
I think what happened was they were about donuts, which is what their name is. But then they realized people are about the coffee. if we add coffee to the logo, we'll go more broad. We'll bring in more people. So then they added the coffee.
But then they decided, well, coffee's not orange, coffee's brown. Right? Now, I like your reasoning. Here's one reason to question this. Minimalism. Everyone loves a minimalism thing.
At a certain point, haven't they now changed their name to just Dunkin'?
Yeah, they keep removing things.
They keep removing.
So you would think that.
Well, they keep de-emphasizing donuts. But is it Dunkin'? And then it was because Dunkin' Donuts, what do you dunk the donut in? You dunk it in coffee. Maybe this was first and this is the most recent.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then they killed donuts entirely.
And then eventually it's just going to be a white square.
DD.
It's just going to be a surrender flag on every single
All right,
location.
You're definitely right that it said Dunkin' Donuts on the coffee and then it went to DD. So I know that, I feel very confident that this leads to this. So is this going here or is this going here?
I mean, my instinct says to fall in line with the minimalism trend. It's like that.
I agree. And then the next one is that.
And then the next one after that, turn it over.
Nope, not a black square.
Nope, just a white square. Okay. Stevie,
You both made very good arguments.
But you're about to give us a but. Okay, don't continue.
We've locked
But
in.
put it back on the other side.
See, you swayed me.
Because I think your argument about they realized people were coming for the coffee and so they had to incorporate the coffee is totally right. That being said, I have no idea what the current logo looks like. So the first one is from 1976, then 2002, then 2007.
They went 5 years
years
with orange coffee.
5 years to do this.
The orange coffee years, that's what the employees call it.
What city were we in? Was it Philly? No, we were on tour, and you asked one of the Mythical Beasts on stage how you take your coffee, and they were confused, and they were like, "You mean at Dunkin'?" Like that was the only place to order coffee. You remember that?
You mean at Dunkin'?
Yeah, there was somebody who was coffee sheltered. We did run into that.
It must have been in a Dunkin' specific place. I just thought that was really funny. You mean at Dunkin'?
Yeah, how do
How
you
do you take
it?
your coffee? You mean at Dunkin'?
You mean at Dunkin', right? You're talking about Dunkin'? You're talking about how do I take my Dunkin'?
I loved the coffee for a long time. I don't know how much I like it now.
You loved it because you liked sugar in your coffee. The sugar
right
and the
or
cream
wrong?
is mixed together.
Yes, the sugar and the cream was one solution, right?
And then it's added to the coffee.
It was so good. That was my introduction to like coffee in many ways.
Caribou was my introduction to coffee.
Well, I guess my after caribou.
I would add honey.
Oh yeah,
I was never a sugar adder.
Because honey's
That's
not
weird.
sugar. Honey's not sugar.
I mean, you do you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's very natural. Was it local?
I don't know. Pizza Hut.
Oh,
Look at that.
I forgot to talk to you about this on the ear biscuit where I told you all about my trip to Portugal. But in Europe, they love Pizza Hut.
Rampant.
They love Pizza Hut. And in Portugal, there were multiple Pizza Huts that were really big and really nice.
In China too.
Like Jesse and I are walking past this and there's all these people in there eating, but not like the Pizza Hut that we have where it looks like that on top of it and it's kind of dark in there and stuff. Like
With the lamps that are like
no, this was like on the beach.
stained glass.
This was on the beach boardwalk and it had like this it was all glass on one side and there was like, like cool young people in there eating at tables. And I was like,
Was it still pizza?
and I was like, what is that place? It's some sort of pizzeria. And we got up there and we started looking around. I was like, dang, it looks good. And then Jesse was like, it's a Pizza Hut.
Did it look like pizza?
Yeah, but everything about it aesthetically
Elevated.
elevated.
Portuguese.
They really, really love Pizza Hut there. But it's just Pizza Hut pizza.
Meanwhile, back here, you say, that used to be a Pizza Hut.
Yeah, now it's a podiatrist.
That used to be a Pizza Hut.
Yeah, right?
It's a Chinese restaurant.
Oh, well, this is a subtle difference. Wow, that's a subtle.
What?
We're gonna figure it out. Let's see the.
Well, I think it's just a darker red, and then this one's gray.
Okay.
Look at
well,
that.
then this is easy. This is easy. Look at that. You see that, Link?
You think
This
the
was
red,
too red.
too red?
Yeah. They were
They
like,
got
this is
less
too.
red?
It was too red. They're gonna think we're communists.
This looks.
That was a big thing. That was a big thing.
This one's better
It
than
was a
that
big
one.
thing back in the day.
This one is better.
Oh, I completely agree with you.
This is horrible. This sucks so bad. This is when Pizza Hut tried to make you forget they were Pizza Hut so they could survive.
It is absolutely. It's actually a little bit sickening to my stomach.
I hate it.
That feels like it's for like moms that say funky.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like what a funky place that is. Like they would be attracted to that logo.
It's. I don't even want to call it Pizza Hut.
Let's just do this.
But hold on.
We hate it.
I'm
When we
about.
turn it
I'm
upside
about
down.
to get weird. I'm about to get weird, and maybe I'm wrong. What if this was so bad, they just went back to the original because they realized they had something that was so wonderful?
They should embrace the retro. I don't think they have.
You don't even have to embrace. It's not even. It's just beautiful.
So you think they did this?
This is too red. This is too red for the modern eye.
the modern. Dude, this is. Are you trying?
This is the best. I agree with you. It needs to be that deep, deep red. That's like an NC State red right there. I like that.
All right, fine. Stevie, we're locked in.
Okay, so the red to red on my answer key versus what I can see right now is a little wonky.
You can't
but,
decipher it.
well, the lighter red one is first. Is the first one.
All right, and then
But everything else is right. You just switch those two
So
because you were right. They did go back,
they did go back.
They went back.
but it's like a deeper version now.
Why-
You
why
made the
did
right choice.
So they got a. I didn't know they went back.
They went back, man.
Well, then we
Like,
should go back.
Long spans of time too. It was 1974, 1999,
99.
2019.
We lived through that, man. 99?
Pandemic buried this. Well, 2019 though. We got it back to Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're going back. We're
Come
going
on.
back to pizza. I should have gone to Portugal.
After the high school football game. Wow, you were right. You did it, Rhett.
Well, but also I didn't do it.
You did a big thing. Okay.
But but at the end of this, I want to say what's the best logo of anything up here.
We can do that.
Okay?
We can do that.
Do you know which one I want to say it is?
You haven't seen them all.
I know, but I think I'm going to know.
Be objective.
Oh, look at that. That's confusing.
That's weird. Never seen that for Subway.
Oh,
And what is that?
wow.
What? Okay, so this has to be the oldest.
You remember when Subway showed up in Lillington?
Yeah. By that point, even though it was like 1992, I've never seen this.
Right. And then this.
I think it was that's when it showed up.
And then that.
How do you order a sub in a drive-through? Ours had a drive-through.
It did.
Because the building wasn't a Subway first. I don't think. Maybe it was. All right, we're locked in.
You're correct
Yeah,
all the way.
Yes.
I am
I kinda
at a
like this
loss for the years.
I like this one better than that
Oh,
one.
no, I'm not. 1972,
Yep.
2002, and that's the present one.
This one's, it needs a stroke. I like the outline on that.
I agree. They should go back.
I think they should put a stroke on this one. Like keep this font, but tie it together with that deep green.
But what if they put quotes around it?
Well, they already have arrows coming off of it.
You know how people they misuse quotes for emphasis? What if a restaurant just started doing that? Like people who don't understand grammar? Garage sale. You know, you
Right.
see people who don't understand. Garage.
They're like
sale.
making fun of their own yard sale.
It's like I don't have a garage.
Garage sale. It's more of a driveway sale.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And finally, classic Wendy's.
I'm looking for the garage sale.
Wendy's is they just seem so classy. Look at that. It never is not classy. They haven't changed the font of Wendy's ever.
And they haven't taken Wendy out.
I'm pretty sure that it still says Old Fashioned Burgers. But it's my first guess would be this, then they did this, and then they got rid of it. Because they have a lot more than burgers. They push so hard on everything. Chicken stuff, salad stuff, hot stuff, cold stuff.
I just feel like I've seen this, and I feel like I saw when they started adding it back, and I feel like it was a throw.
You think they
it
did
was
a Pizza Hut?
throwback.
You think they did a Pizza
Like
Hut?
I don't remember Wendy's having Old Fashioned on it when we were coming up, but I've seen it since then.
I think
You know what I'm
I think
saying?
they pulled a Pizza Hut.
Yeah, they probably owned by the same company. That's how it works.
All right. We're locked in.
No, you got to go back to your previous reasoning. It slowly eked right out of there.
Slowly
it.
eked out, huh?
They still have this on some buildings.
I was thinking like,
Can't afford
yeah,
to change your signage.
maybe they don't update everything. Remember when we did that Wendy's commercial and they built an entire Wendy's?
That wasn't a actual Wendy's commercial. I was lying about it. Get it?
You were lying
Yeah.
about.
That was a
Yeah, okay.
surprise that we were going to reveal right now. Surprise! It was your birthday present. That
I
year.
wasn't being honest. Get it?
Oh yeah, but that was so cool.
It was crazy.
That was so.
Didn't
cool.
they built that in the Rose Bowl parking lot?
Yeah,
Yep.
that was so cool.
I was like, y'all really want to do that? Because we could just like go to a Wendy's.
Yeah, right.
They built a fake Wendy's.
1978, 1982, 2007. So you actually did grow up on that.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I wasn't paying attention. Now can we talk about the best logo?
All right, now we're each going to get it in our heads. Okay. I have my top two.
Oh.
Easy. I can easily pick my top two, and then I'm debating. But at the
really?
same time, what we're going to do is we're gonna put our finky on the one that we think is the best logo up here.
I only like one of them.
Wow. Okay, I understand. All right, we're going to pick the same one. We know it. I know it.
Right.
3, 2, 1.
That
Pizza
is.
Hut.
Look, I'm gonna get that tattooed
And
on
they
me.
came back to it.
I'm gonna get it tattooed.
and
right
I feel
here.
so bad for not going back to them when they went back to themselves.
How
you know,
much
it's like-
money would you take for me to get this tattooed on my forehead?
$4.
It would change. It would change the vibe around here quite a bit, though.
It's like, why is there a red hat tattooed on your forehead? We'll read underneath it. So right there, I think Pizza Hut would be small and it would make a unibrow out of your eyebrows.
Oh, really? Okay. Well. Oh, what was your second favorite?
This one. I mean, I love this shape. This shape should have a name. It's like a rectangle that's like, I don't know, giving birth. It's like a pregnant rectangle.
Yeah. All right, you're really selling me on it.
It's like it's spreading its rectangle legs, and the rectangle baby egg is coming. It's laying an egg. Turn it upside down. Look at that. It's a rectangle laying an egg.
How are circles born, Dad?
From pregnant rectangles.
Shapes.
That's how circles are made, Stevie. You've been asking us. You've been asking us for years. How do circles are made?
Now you know.
Such a good imitation.
Now you know.
You just inwindinate a rectangle, and a little red-headed baby
You
egg
just
comes out.
dunk your star. You find a way to dunk your star into a rectangle. Make sure you're wearing your hat. But if you're not, it might make a circle.
The end.
Today is the last day of the Golden Tee of Mythicality. Go to mythical.com today for your chance to win.